The risk of heat exposure is available for all stock classes and predicts the risk of mortality resulting from extreme heat. A green, orange or red symbol will appear at the top of the screen to indicate the risk level in the next 5 days. The chart below shows the historical heat risk and the predicted heat risk for the next 6 months. Currently the risk level is very low. If it were to move into a medium or a high risk zone, the chart will appear with orange and red bands to indicate the risk levels. You could also use the heat prediction to identify high temperature periods that might affect ram and bull fertility, embryo survival in ewes and cows, or reduce growth rates. The shorn sheep risk predicts the chill and cold snap risk for sheep off shears. The chill risk is calculated from temperature, rainfall and wind speed and predicts whether animals are at risk of dying from exposure. The risk for the next 5 days is shown at the top, and below is the prediction for the next 6 months, along with historical values. Under options, you can look at the impact of providing shelter on your risk level, and you'll notice that the risk profile drops when you select this box. I strongly recommend that you display the extreme cases, as these are the occasions that might catch you out. The cold snap risk predicts when there will be a sudden drop in temperature from one day to the next, and the important thing to note is that it doesn't have to drop to a very low temperature for a cold snap to occur. A drop from 40 to 15 degrees can be a problem for at-risk stock classes. Both of these risks are most relevant to shorn sheep, but could also be useful for weaners and stock in poor condition. Animals that are losing weight will be at greater risk than those that are maintaining or gaining weight. The lambing risk is calculated for breeding ewes only and is most relevant to twin-born lambs in the first 3 days of life. It provides the chill index for these lambs up to 6 months in advance and will provide alerts for the next 5 days. As for cold sheep, you can also test out the impact of shelter on the chill index. The final chart is for the risk of flystrike in the next 90 days. The layout is very similar to the other wellbeing risks, with the colour bands indicating the relative risk level for this mob. Below the chart there are also some decision support tools to help you decide on the best management strategy to deal with the fly risk. You can enter a hypothetical fly treatment, crutching or shearing date, or any combination of those, and recalculate the fly risk with the new management actions. For example, I'll add a shearing date for today's date and refresh the chart to see what the updated risk level would be. The red line is now showing the new risk level if I were to take that action. I can adjust this shearing date by dragging the flag, or I can right-click on it to edit or remove the action. Once you are happy with your choice, you can save the management actions and they'll be added to your key dates or treatments record for the mob. If you don't want to save it, just close the box. To go back to your property map, you can either use the button on the top left or click on your username to access the property map or more options. Risk maps for Australia as a whole are also available for fly risk and extreme weather. Risks are shown for the next 5 days. You can also access a full screen version of the seasonal forecast and soil moisture risks, which are the same as the ones you can access via the map screen.